180 classic cars found in an abandoned warehouse after 30 years of neglect are worth millions. After peeking in the windows, he found an entire building full of untouched classic collector cars covered in dust. The farm owner told the photographer that the cars once belonged to an old vintage car dealer who stored the rare and unique vehicles in this building. They have sat untouched for over 30 years simply collecting dust. The farm owner agreed that the photographer may take as many pictures as he wanted on one condition. He must keep the barn location a complete secret from anyone. He happily agreed, and the doors to the storage barn were opened. I can only imagine harps playing. He found some of the most rare, sought-after cars in the world and a whole building full of them. 180 classic and not-so-classic cars to be exact. Each one unique and rare. It was probably a dumb question to ask, but the photographer wanted to know if any of the cars were for sale. The property owner simply replied no. He was thrilled enough to walk around this car museum and snap some shots. The dealer closed its doors sometime in the late 70s or early 80s and the cars have been sitting ever since. He even found some classic open-wheeled race cars in the abandoned warehouse. If only these cars could talk, the stories they'd tell. You always hear about that rare barn find about a grandma who knew nothing about the '57 Corvette in her husband's shop only to sell it for pennies on the dollar. Well, this is the barn find of all barn finds. With over 180 classic cars under one roof, I can't imagine placing a value on this. The cars have been sitting for over 30 years untouched, only to be stumbled upon by a photographer. Collectors are doing everything they can to find the location of this barn and hopefully strike a deal. According to the property owner, the cars will stay as they are and none will be sold. A few cars are pretty beat up, but most of the cars are in perfect shape and just need a wash, some seals and new fluids. Like this late 50s Porsche Speedster hardtop. Excuse me while I drool all over my keyboard. Being a car lover. I would pass out from excitement if I stumbled across this barn. These cars are completely hidden from the world. While they do carry a certain mystery and curiosity, simply building the suspense behind a story, I would much rather see them driving the roads than hiding in a building. That being said, I can respect someone who wants to preserve their legacy. This guy is a car hoarder and is hoarding one of the most beautiful collections in the world. It remains hidden somewhere in Portugal. While there is a lot of speculation as to the location of these cars and this abandoned warehouse, no one is certain. Thank you for watching this fantastic story. Please tap one of the 2 videos on your screen for another amazing Wonder Stories.